Well, hello, hello, hello. Hey, it's exciting. I'm so glad you showed up today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, you just need to continue allowing this inspiration to just hit you right here. Just allow this momentum each and every day just to play in your ears to allow you to be able to just to get some momentum. But only thing about it, I'm giving you this momentum, but you got to put it to work. Guess what? I just cannot continue pouring this information in you and without you letting it go to work. You know, you can hear it, it makes you feel good and it excites you, and then you wait till that feeling goes away because it's just a feeling that of a rain of feeling just make you move and make your spirit feel so good inside. The momentum of things that people are telling you to inspire you, and it makes you feel so good, and then the next day you come, um, I don't feel like you start making excuses in your mind. So the things that I'm telling you is mentality in your mind. At the same time, you got to ask God for wisdom to help you to keep this momentum going. You got to put a drive within inside of you, a thing that's saying, "Hey, I have to do this no matter what and get this done." So some of the things that I am giving you, I mean, great inspiration, great things that are being put into your spirit to help you along the way to be a better entrepreneur. But you got to put it to work. That's the only way that it works. So I just want to talk about some things. Hey, you know, I'm going to kick that daily momentum to you to keep you. And just maybe one day you may just get off that couch and you may uh, come off of that job and you might say, you know what, I'm getting ready to do this. You might just dive in and say, you know what, I'm just getting ready to dive in and, you know, and I want to make this work. I mean, a lot of us, you know, I get a lot of questions that people are tired of going to work. People are tired of uh, just things that they want to live a happy life and do this thing. But you got to understand that if you don't put the work in, you're not going to get that way. And it takes time, it takes patience. And you that are thinking that you're just going to run up on something and then you're going to get up all this money and get excited and make this money, that's the reason why entrepreneurs are entrepreneurs. They're singled out because one thing, it takes a lot of hard work. You got to have that passion within inside. You got to be born within inside of you to say that I cannot let this dream die. You know, you something that's got to be within inside of you. People think you just got to wake up or you take a pill or just uh, this feeling that listen somebody's gonna get you. No, it don't work that way because it's gonna take loneliness by yourself. It's gonna take you laying with God and praying and ask God to give you wisdom to uh, put this niche together for you. And a lot of times in the Bible, God just told them just to gather everything you go and let's go. You know, it wasn't no you getting prepared for all these different things, and you got to let God work in your life to get you to this point. You know, I'm on this one today because I think you need this inspiration before I get this video out to you. You need this inspiration to keep you going, but you got to put it to work. You got to put it to work because um, it's just not gonna come to you. It's not. I didn't wake up with this entrepreneur spirit on me. I put in the work and I'm studying, continue doing these things, and I still haven't met that goal yet because I'm still working. You know, so but that's why I say follow me on this journey and just see how far I can go. You follow me this journey, but as you follow me this journey, you can't just be sitting around, standing around, got your arm full, sitting here eating potato chips like you sitting on there eating potato chips and snacks and peanuts. You got to put this stuff to work. Put it to work and go to work. Let's go to work now. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. Start writing down some things that you want to do. That's the number one thing that you need to do. Start writing down what do you want to do. Just write it down. This is your vision. This is what you want to do. Then write it down, and then God's going to give you some things that you need to do to add on that to make this happen. But you got to pray and ask God to give it to you. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. Today I want to talk about some things. Right now I am putting up some stuff in my warehouse, things that came in. I put up most of it. I got a little bit left to put out, and I thought, you know what? There's always someone that's gonna need the pressing of your spirit and your words within us, and people are counting on me for to be able to hear these momentum, to hear these things about entrepreneur, because someone said, I don't know how to get started. And so I'm trying to get you there, but you got to get to work. So let's go to work. Let's go to work. Let's go to work and let's get these things going. And I just want to talk to you for a moment. Some things that impressed it in my spirit. Some notes that I've been jotting down, trying to get ready for this. Look, see, I'm loving this. I'm loving this enjoyment of just talking with you, trying to get you motivated and doing these things to get you excited. But I have a message for you today. As being an entrepreneur, and I was thinking about it. I was listening to some information that I'm always pouring the information into me. I'm reading all the time. If I can't read throughout the day, I'm driving. I've got an audio book, and I listen to the audio book to educate myself throughout the day, and not just sitting around watching videos that don't mean anything, that can't get me anything done. I am filling my spirit so I can be able to give it out to other people. At the same time as I'm helping myself, I can help other people. You can't help nobody if you can't help yourself. So, as being an entrepreneur, I was listening to some of my friends. I say friends because I listen to them all the time, and I feel like sometimes they're talking to me, and I hope I'm talking to you as well. Um, as being a soldier, I thought about that, and I went on and did a little research on being a soldier. I remember being in church, and a missionary came and was talking to us, and she was giving us some word, and she was always telling us about being a soldier. Press on, square your shoulders back and march on, soldier, with firmness, and you want to look in confidence. And she inspired all this into me, and then I began to do a little research, listen to some people talk about some things about a soldier, and the worst case scenario about a soldier is being able to talk. It's same things about being an entrepreneur. So a lot of people think that I'm gonna be an entrepreneur and I'm just sitting around and checks coming through the mail. That's not how it works. Yeah, I'm sorry that it don't. I wish it did work that I could be collecting checks, but it don't, because we have a whole lot of people. That's why it's so hard for people to want to run their business, or either to try to grab a niche and try to be successful in it, because it's hard. It's really hard. And you have to put in the work and put in the time to be able to be successful. And people think successful doesn't mean all the time rich, but it's being where you can have flexible time to do the things that you want to do that will impress you and your family to doing things. I don't have a big two-story house and limousines out and race cars, but I'm happy because I can go on vacations when I get ready to. I can cut off from work when I want to. If I need to go somewhere, I can do all these things. So I'm trying to pour these things into you to let you know about success. But the worst case scenario in being an entrepreneur, and this is what I want to talk about, but I want to give you an illustration of a story about soldiers, and the worst case scenario is when they go for training. And I can give it to you with sports too as well, because I played sports. And the worst case, we didn't go out, and when it was time to play football, to just go out and start playing in the game. No, we didn't play in the game. We didn't. When I started off playing football, we didn't just go and play in the game and then start throwing touchdowns and winning. No, we went to training, and I'm talking about enormous training with heat and cold and rain and just exhaustion and how you have to go because you're going to meet them factors when it's time to be in the game. So you need to practice these things. Is feeling the heat, feeling the rain, feeling the exhaustion, feeling the running and giving the last bit of all you got before you can go. And this is all a part of entrepreneur. If you had that, soldiers, they practice these trainings and drills and things and uh, um, things, and these are worst case scenarios that they go through. They don't just start getting in the service and go to war and do all these things. No, they start training. They start practice on their ammunition. They start checking their gun. They make sure that you notice in some of the movies you watch, you see them, they checking their gun and breaking the gun down just in case the gun get jammed and all that stuff. And they practice carrying dead bodies. So I guess you don't want to be an entrepreneur now because you're getting depressed about that. But you have to understand that it takes, you have to look for the worst case scenario, and it takes training to be able to get to the point that you need to get to. Don't think that you're going to be laying on no beach on the first day that you come being an entrepreneur and these things are happening. There's a lot of things that you have to set into place to be able to get that way. And I'm speaking to myself too as well, about these things. You have to be prepared for all the as being a in the military. You got to prepare for dangerous environments and combat training. I mean, it goes on and on. I mean, I went and did research on a lot of these things that they have to learn each day in training, and looking for the worst case scenario, because the reason why they look for these worst case scenario and give it to these soldiers is because when you in battle, the heat of the day, you got to make quick decisions and you can't get fear. You notice some movies that you watch, and these people been in the service and they get scared, they take out running and leave because they weren't prepared for the worst case scenario. And when you prepare for the worst case scenario, it takes some fear away from you because you already said, I did this 1,000 times, so I'm ready, I can do it. So that's the way it is being an entrepreneur. You have to continue doing these things, that once you get good at these things, then the things that you're doing is going to be quicker. I remember the first time when I started unloading these trucks, unloading the trucks and putting these boxes up, and man, them boxes was coming. I mean, you talking about 50 and 100 and 150 cases, 200 cases, 300 cases, 400 cases, and it's like, and I'm by myself and I'm thinking, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. I mean, I literally got off the back of my truck, almost sprained my ankle, and I just wanted to just fall down and just ball up at night and start crying. In some kind of way, I had to get in my spirit and say, hey, you can do this. You can do this. You need to learn this. You got to let's figure out a quicker way to get this done. And I had, in all the ways when I couldn't afford these big warehouses, and I had to stick my stuff in small warehouses. And man, it was rough, but I figured out a way to make it quicker, to get things done, and so I can be able to do. But I'm gonna leave some details at the bottom so you can read through some of the details about soldiers and the things that they done. I want to give you that information, some description up there. It's because you need to know about being an entrepreneur. That I'm giving you some worst case scenarios. I'm sorry, but you have to be ready for that stuff, and then once you begin to learn and you done train and did these things over and over, it gets easier, because after a while it got so easy, man, I was just putting this stuff up like quicker, like boom, boom, boom. Then I realized that why I try to put all of it up today, why don't you just put it up as it go? And I was putting it up as it go, but at the same time, I get some of it out, get it counted in, because you got to count the stuff in to make sure that it's counted in. As being an entrepreneur, they give you a sheet of paper, and they have these different things on it. You got to go down the list and make sure if it ain't there, they're going to charge you for it, and you didn't let them know. So you get charged for that stuff. And so that's money coming out your pocket. And I have seen so many distributors got messed around like that and got took out the game. Their inventories messed up. Their money was messed up. And they was out the game for long. I mean, because they couldn't handle the losses, and they felt like they weren't making any money because they couldn't keep up. The main thing is about being a distributor and being in the manufacturing. You have to keep it with your inventory. That is very important. Management inventory. You have to make sure that it's filed and taking care of that. So, but I just wanted to just give you some case scenarios about being an entrepreneur. I gave you some stories, some details about some things just to help you along the way. Uh, Put down in the comments what you think about this video. Do you want more videos like this? And I got more stuff coming. Just stay tuned. I got a lot of things I want to talk about. Is trying to get started being a distributor, and I'm telling you this thing. I'm giving this worst case scenario before I give you these. While I'm giving these worst case scenario, I want you to think about these things and say, "Oh man, I can handle that. Let's go to work." And I want you to be able to go to work and let's do this thing and let's get this momentum going, and let's get your entrepreneurial skills. Some of you cut hair, and you think that when you cut one person's hair, you done went and bought all this stuff. I've seen people will just start cutting hair and doing hair in their houses and stuff until they got their thing, until they went and got them a nice place to be able to do. But it took time. It took time for them to be able to get them barber shops together, to get them hairs done. Man, I mean, that is a good market to get things done. I mean, people dancing, people singing. There's so many things that to be done to make money, bookkeeping, tax uh, strategists. There's a lot of different things that you can be able to do. A sale online. I mean, there's so many things you can do. Be a YouTuber. And there's money in everything that you can think about these days because there's so much. And just think about AI. It's going to make it even more detailed. That's how I get my information. Is I mean, through AI, just pushing, and they give me the information. I can just give it to you, just lay it out to you. So check out them descriptions that I got for you about the worst case scenario about soldiers. And look, just come back and join me. Take time to subscribe. Hey, for all you don't know, you might just came in late. Uh, hey, look, my name is Kirkland. Um, I have a show where I give daily momentums throughout the day. Uh, a lot of times my business is Stewart Snacks, and I'm just trying to inspire you to get to that point because there's so much things to do. A lot of people need to learn about. I mean, some people, like I said, you know, I just want to just keep you motivated. I got so many things in my mind around that I want to tell you before I leave here, and just, just get it done. Just get it done, okay? So, look, I enjoy y'all. I can sit and talk today, but I got to get to work, make some money. So, you all have a blessed day. Hey, I love y'all. Keep subscribing. Keep listening to my videos. Share some of these videos, and you all have a good day. Bye bye.